Where are they now? Independence Day. Welcome back to another episode of Where Are They Now?, where we remember and celebrate the films that made us the people we are today. In this episode, we're going to take a deep dive into the massively successful, game-changing sci-fi blockbuster Independence Day. Buckle up for a wild ride about one of the biggest films of all time. Number 10, James Rebhorn, Albert Nimzicki.
Why the hell wasn't I told about this place?
2 words, Mr. President. Plausible deniability.
James Rebhorn, who played Secretary of Defense Albert Nimzicki, had a long and successful career as a character actor before and after ID4. He appeared in numerous films and TV shows, often playing authoritative or bureaucratic figures. Some of his notable post-Independence Day roles include appearances in Meet the Parents, Scent of a Woman, and TV shows like Homeland and White Collar. Rebhorn continued to work steadily until his passing in 2014, leaving behind a legacy as one of Hollywood's most reliable character actors. Number 9, Harry Connick Jr., Captain Jimmy Wilder.
Put your mask back on! That's an order, Marine!
I can't breathe!
Jimmy!
Harry Connick Jr., who played Will Smith's lovable and charming fighter pilot buddy, Captain Jimmy Wilder, has enjoyed a balance between his acting career with his musical one. Connick continued to act in films like Hope Float and P.S. I Love You, and starred in TV shows like Will and Grace and American Idol.
Honor me.
What?
I want to dance with you.
Today he remains a popular musician, regularly touring and releasing new albums, while also dabbling in acting and TV hosting. Number 8, Brent Spiner, Dr. Brackish Oaken.
As you can imagine, they don't let us out much.
I can understand that.
Brent Spiner, best known for playing Data on Star Trek The Next Generation, took on the quirky role of Dr. Brackish Oaken in Independence Day. After the success of his mega hit, he continued to work in both the Star Trek franchise and other TV shows and films. Spiner returned as Dr. Oaken in Independence Day Resurgence and continues to be a popular figure at sci-fi conventions and in the entertainment industry.
Maintain minimum auxiliary power and disengage subspace communication.
Acknowledged.
Number 7, Mae Whitman, Patricia Whitmore.
Is Mom sleeping now?
Mae Whitman played the relatively small role of Patricia Whitmore, the president's adorable daughter, in the film. Since her work in Independence Day, Whitman has had a wildly successful career. We've seen her just about everywhere. In the years following ID4, Whitman appeared in various TV shows, often in small, one-off roles. After a few more film roles in One Fine Day and Hope Floats, Whitman's big break came in 2004 when she landed a role in the critically acclaimed comedy series Arrested Development.
You know, she has a really lovely singing voice.
I'll sing to the camel.
Yes, we can Google some disco songs with the word hump in them.
Cute.
From there, her career took off with roles in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and even voicing Tinkerbell, a series of Disney films. Number 6, Jud Hirsch, Julius Levinson.
Hey, don't tell him to shut up! You'd all be dead now if it wasn't my David.
When Independence Day needed a wisecracking, loving, and caring father figure, the producers knew exactly who to call. Jud Hirsch, already a household name thanks to his lead role in the hit sitcom Taxi.
Yeah! Maybe it's time to get out of the hack business. Maybe it's time for us to shed these old, lousy, nowhere jobs.
Hirsch brought the perfect blend of wit and warmth to the role of Julius Levinson. After ID4, Hirsch didn't slow down one bit. He kept busy in Hollywood with memorable roles in films like Man on the Moon, A Beautiful Mind, The Muppets, and more. His TV work was just as impressive, with appearances in Damages, The Good Wife, and even a fun cameo in Sharknado 2. Fast forward to 2022, and Hirsch received a huge honor, a nomination for Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars for his role in Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans. He may not have taken home the trophy, but it's clear that Hirsch remains a beloved and respected actor after more than 5 decades in show business. Number 5, Vivica A. Fox, Jasmine Dubrow.
Hey, you want some of this coffee? Babe.
Vivica A. Fox played more than just a pretty face when she took on the role of Jasmine Dubrow, the love interest of Will Smith. She was also a tough, magnificent mom who would do anything to protect her son. Fox's performance made her an instant sensation, and it looked like her career was about to skyrocket. And for a while, it did. Fox starred in Set It Off, Living Single, and even donned the iconic Batgirl costume in Batman and Robin. She also made appearances in music videos for artists like Toni Braxton and Puff Daddy. However, the early 2000s were a bit of a dry spell for Fox, although she kept working a lot. Her biggest role after ID4 came in 2003 when she starred in Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill. Delivering a memorable, action-packed performance, Fox has also appeared in smaller projects and even dabbled in reality TV. Number 4, Randy Quaid. Russell Cass.
All right, you alien assholes! In the words of my generation, up yours!
Randy Quaid's life since Independence Day has been, well, a bit of a roller coaster. The older brother of Dennis Quaid, Randy, was already a recognizable face before he took on the role of the offbeat heroic pilot, Russell Cass. And while he continued to find work post-ID4, his personal life has been interesting. Shortly after Independence Day, Quaid starred in the Farrelly Brothers comedy Kingpin and played the dim-witted but lovable cousin Eddie in Vegas Vacation. He also lent his voice to a few Disney cartoons and popped up in films like The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Brokeback Mountain.
Fridays at noon to be down at the bridge, with your grocery list and mules. Somebody with supplies will be there at the pickup.
In recent years, Quaid's legal troubles have overshadowed his acting career. He was even deported from Canada after overstaying his welcome while seeking asylum there. Unfortunately, his run-ins with the law has kept him off the big screen, and it's been nearly 6 years since he last appeared in a film. Number 3, Jeff Goldblum. David Levinson.
They're using our own satellites against us. And the clock is ticking.
We can't talk about Independence Day without mentioning Jeff Goldblum, who reprised his role as the brainy, quick-witted David Levinson. By the time he appeared in ID4, Goldblum was already a star, having appeared in The Fly and Jurassic Park, but his role in Independence Day took his fame to the next level. Since then, Goldblum has kept busy, appearing in everything from the Grand Budapest Hotel to Thor Ragnarok, and even lending his voice to the Prince of Egypt.
Did you just throw my cat out the window?
And let's not forget those unforgettableapartments.com commercials that showcase his quirky charm. Goldblum is still a blockbuster regular, recently starring in the latest Jurassic Park sequel and snagging a role in the upcoming Wicked adaptation. He's known for his memorable movie roles, but is also a hot commodity because of his unique personality and one-of-a-kind voice. As Goldblum gets older, it seems that he only gets more popular, and it's now a pop culture icon unlike any other. He's had quite the career, but most people agree that Independence Day remains towards the top of the list when it comes to his accomplishments. Number 2, Bill Pullman. President Thomas J. Whitmore.
We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate our Independence Day.
Few film characters as memorable as President Thomas J. Whitmore, the fearless leader who saved a nation and took to the skies to fight the alien menace in Independence Day. This was a character that required a lot of gravitas, and casting Bill Pullman to deliver that was a genius move. He wasn't a huge star at the time, but he brought just the right amount of believability to the character. And much like the fighter jet he commanded, Pullman's career blasted off after the film's release. Following Independence Day, Pullman took on a variety of roles, from the indie gem Zero Effort to the action-packed Lake Placid. He even dipped his toes into horror with a starring role in The Grudge and showed off his comedic chops in Scary Movie 4.
Now, who would like to say grace? Ezekiel.
Pullman is still a familiar face on our screen, recently earning critical acclaim for his work in The Sinner and starring in the Murdaugh Murders series. And let's not forget his return to the Oval Office and the short-lived sitcom 1600 Penn. It seems people just can't get enough of Bill Pullman as the president of the free world. Number 1, Will Smith. Stephen Hiller.
Welcome to Earth.
Will Smith is one of the biggest stars in Hollywood history, but in a career filled with so many box office blasts, Independence Day may still be the biggest one. There's no denying that he's had the most successful career of all the Independence Day cast members. He was already an established name in Hollywood, but he became even bigger after Independence Day launched into the stratosphere. With that being said, his career hasn't been without a few bumps on the road, especially recently. Smith went on to star in a string of blockbusters after ID4, such as Men in Black, Bad Boys 2 and 3, I, Robot, and I Am Legend.
What the hell are you doing out here, Fred? How did you get out here? Fred, if you're real, you better tell me right now.
His music career was also on fire, with hits like Get Jiggy With It, Just the Two of Us, and Men in Black topping the charts. Over the years, Smith proved his dramatic chops in films like 7 Pounds, The Pursuit of Happiness, and Ali. He finally won an Oscar in 2021 for his role in King Richard, but the night was overshadowed by the infamous slap he delivered to comedian Chris Rock on live TV.
Oh, wow! Wow! That was a greatest night in the history of television.
The incident tarnished Smith's reputation, leading to a 10-year ban from the Oscars and putting his future in Hollywood in question. Since then, Smith has kept a low profile, appearing in the minor film Emancipation and the latest Bad Boys hit. He got more movies lined up on the docket, including a sequel to I Am Legend, but it remains to be seen if the public will fully embrace him again after the slap heard around the world. As for Independence Day, it seems unlikely we'll see another sequel. Despite director Richard Emmert's wish for a trilogy, the reception to the 2016 sequel wasn't great, and there's been no word on another installment. But even if ID4 is done for good, its cast continues to shine, and the movie remains a hallmark of explosive blockbuster cinema.